Hello Live Wires, Heather Boyd Wire here, and today it's Tip Tuesday. Today I'm making this beautiful wire woven ring. We just wrapped up our 10-day beginner wire weaving challenge, so I decided to do another ring. This time I am actually using 28 gauge wire. I didn't have any during the challenge, but a lot of people have recommended that it's much better to use 28 gauge than 26 gauge for weaving. And I also got myself one of these ring clamps to help me hold the wires. Be sure to comment below with your favorite wire weaving tip, and I will draw a name in the next 48 hours to win a free ebook or template from my Etsy DIY shop. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Here's the front and back of the wire woven ring, and we are using 20 and 28 gauge copper artistic wire, 11-0 seed beads, and we'll need a stepped wooden ring mandrel. I'm using the Beadalon Glimmer Series nipper tool, their nylon jaw pliers, and their slimline round nose and chain nose pliers. I'm also using the artistic wire wooden ring clamp. We are going to start with 5 pieces of 4-inch long 20 gauge artistic wire. I'm going to place the ends on a piece of painter's tape about equal distance apart. So we're just going to lay them right down and push them into the tape to hold them in place. And then I'm going to fold the tape over top just to make sure they're really attached. And then I can place them in the ring clamp so they're firmly held together with the clamp. So you just place them in the clamp, hold it shut, and put the wedge in there so it stays clamped. Just give it a little push on the table. They're firmly in place. They're not going anywhere. And I'm going to weave with 28 gauge artistic copper wire. In the 10-day challenges, I was using 26 gauge, but the 28 gauge was recommended as being easier to work with, certainly much more flexible. It's almost thread-like. So we are going to do a kind of zigzag pattern, but we are placing a seed bead. So for the first wind, we are going to wind the wire around 2 wires, put the bead, and then wind the wire around the other side. And I decided to clip the wires in a staggered manner so they're easily separated to do the weaving. And we are going to continue with our weaving pattern. I will show you this more up close after I've done the first round of weaving. So basically we are weaving sets of 2 wires together, working our way up, and all of my weaving patterns will be in the 10-day challenges wire weaving ebook, and I'll link everything up in the description below the video. So we are continuing with our pattern, going up and down the back, and then up, and the bead also helps to keep the wires separated. So just take your time with the weaving, push with your thumb to put it in place. The 28 gauge is really much easier than the 26. So we're going to keep going without working our way up to the top. You can squeeze the weave together as you need, and then bring it around the top and then down, and we are going to put another bead at the top wire. And then once we've done that, we want to bring our wire down the right side, replicating that pattern. So we're bringing the wire down and up and around. There are so many variations of these weaves that you can really use your imagination with it. And it just makes a really nice, beautiful pattern. Gives a piece a lot of nice detail. I learned a lot in the 10-day challenge because I was not a wire weaver before I started the challenge videos. So we're working our way right back down and squeeze the wires together. And we'll put another bead, and then we're going to work our way back up. So now I'm going to show you how to do this weave just on this little template I made. Just made this with some pens and some tape. So you can see how we start. We go up over the first 2 wires, and then we're going to come back down, and I would have put a bead in between there, but I'm not using beads for this one. So we do the first 2, and then we're going to go around and then up 2. So we're going to bring it through, and then we're going to go down 2, and then up 2, and then down 1, up 2, and then down 2, and up 2, and then down 1, and up 2. So we would put a bead in there if we're doing the beaded one, and then down 2, and then up on the other side of the what would be the bead. So we have sets of 2, and then when we come back, we're going to go down 3. So you see we're going down 1, 2, 3, and then coming up underneath the 3rd wire, and then up 2, and then down 2, up 2. So we have those 2 winds. Flip it over so you can see we're going to come down 3. 1, 2, 3, and then bring it through, and then up 2. So we're going to go around that one again, up 2, so we have 2 together, and then down the back, down 3, and then up 2. And then if we were doing the beaded one, we'd put a bead and then around again. So that's your basic weave, sort of a zigzag type weave. You can use this in many different projects. This is how it looks in the photo. That's the front, and that's the back. And I will have a template. I'll link it up below. And now we're going to remove it from the ring clamp. So just take it out, remove the wedge first, and then we can remove the tape. If you want, you can cut the wires a little bit longer, but they seem to work well about 4 or 5 inches. Now we're going to clip off the weaving wire, and we can just press a little bit with the nylon jaw pliers, and I'm going to clip them the same length. So we're just going to go across with our nippers, and then we're just going to turn the ends just in a little loop with the end of our round nose pliers. This part's a little tricky to access those wires. We're just going to get in there and just finish the ends in a little closed loop. Let's just go in with those round nose pliers and turn the end. Just go one by one, turn the end, and then we're going to do the last one. And this gives the ends a little nice finish. So they're all done on that side. Line them up, and you can measure. I measured about 2 1/4 inches. My finger's about a size 7. And then we're going to clip the other ends straight across, so we have enough to turn the ends again into little loops. So we're going to go one by one and turn those ends into closed loops so we don't have any little scratchy ends. So just take the end with the round nose pliers and little flick of the wrist, turn the end so it's closed. Keep going with them. We did do a woven ring in the challenge. This one doesn't have a large bead, it just has lots of little beads. So I ended up pushing the loops perpendicular and just squishing them a bit with the flat pliers, and then I put that end into the ring clamp so we can flatten out the other ends. So just once it's secured, we can take the other loops and bend them perpendicular to the ring. So we're just kind of pushing them to the side with our chain nose pliers, giving them a good little squeeze. It kind of flattens them out a little bit, and it just makes the ring a little more finished. So bring those ends around and give them a good little squeeze. You want them flat across, give them a good pinch, and they will hold nicely in place. Then you could remove it from the ring clamp and adjust it a little more if you need to. And at that point you can put it on the ring mandrel to form your ring. So hold it with your thumb and finger, bring it around the ring mandrel, squeeze so it's nice and rounded, adjust it how you need. And you can give it last minute adjustments with your chain nose pliers. Make sure those loops are nice and flat. And there you have your beautiful beaded ring, and it is reversible. And there's the front and the back. Thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making tutorials. You can get the wire weaving ebook in the description below. Be sure to use the coupon code SAVE25 to save 25% when you purchase any 5 templates, tutorials, or ebooks in my shop. Stay tuned for the next 10-day challenge happening in the new year. And in the meantime, you can share photos of your wire art and wire jewelry in the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. So happy wiring, everybody, and we'll see you the next time.